Welcome back, my beautiful humans, to another episode of If I Die Tomorrow. I was really emotional last time. Maybe because some of it was really hitting hard. Maybe it was the day I was having. Maybe it was that I was remembering life is short. But I appreciate the fact that you're still here. still with me. And again, I appreciate your comments. Now that we have talked about some of our leaks, we've talked about adding things back into the space that matter. Now it's about how we integrate that again. I don't know. We have a lot that happens every day that sometimes we just don't know what to do with it. But I'd like to say that I do. I live my life by the question on if I die tomorrow. But I'm going to add something into that. If I die tomorrow, did I actually show up today? And I have a confession. Sometimes I'm so busy looking at everything else that I'm not actually living everything every day in every way that I could. Sometimes I treat my legacy like it's a destination, something that I will get to or make perfect, or actually try to make perfect, because I still firm believer there is no perfection. That's a lie. But we put these conditions on ourselves. I'll do that once I'll make time for that once I get the house clean, or finish that project, or get my yard work done, or whatever to-do list thing you put in there. You use it as a condition before you can move on to actually living. And I don't think we actually stop and think that that's what we do, but we do. I want to remind you that legacy isn't a trophy at the end of your life. It's not the end of... It's the way you breathe while you're running your race. I've realized my biggest energy leak isn't a task. It's the ghost of the last hour. I'll be sitting at dinner, but my brain is still back on some task or question or a replay of a conversation, trying to figure out what I've missed, what I've overlooked, what I've forgotten, how I missed making a connection. I'm physically there at dinner, but my heart isn't. I'll throw a fact at you. Neurologically, we have what's called cognitive switching penalty. I know. Every time you switch tasks or versions of yourself, because you do with the situations that you're in, your brain takes a hit. When we jump from high stress Nicole to present Nicole without a buffer, we're essentially trying to slam a car into reverse while we're going 60 miles an hour. You feel it. And it can actually just wipe you out physically, emotionally. completely drain you. It grinds your gears. And that grinding feeling, that's the anxiety that we let load into our bodies. Look, I can spend a day writing, which I actually do enjoy writing, but I can put together a beautiful notebook or digital products to share or 10 different versions of questions and choosing colors and putting it all together and losing it because I didn't save. And suddenly, I'm not grounded Nicole anymore. I'm, how can I get this back, Nicole? Or one minor inconvenience from a meltdown. And it's hard to leave a legacy of kindness when you're low-key losing it. I mean, we have to laugh at ourselves because we can't be humble about our messes if we can't be honest about our growth. I have a thing with 4, apparently. 4 houses, 4 rooms, 4 pillars. First one I'm going to say is the grace pillar. This is the most underrated tool in your entire kit for this purpose, this conversation. I'm going to suggest that it's 10 minutes of silence between work and life. Just a car ride home where you don't have to talk to anybody. You don't have to turn on the radio. You can have just silence. You're giving yourself permission to just be for a second. No pressure, no noise. You don't have to carry any more stress. You can just let it go. And you can have peace. And maybe you can carry that to your house after you have gone inside. That's my hope. Now, I've talked to you a lot about, our digital lives. And sometimes we put our heart and soul into our digital life. And sometimes, though, the best heart print you can leave is maybe a little bit of absence. Being fully present with the person in front of you means putting the phone down, taking the earbuds out. A legacy isn't built on a screen. It's built in the eye contact, the subtle touches, the smile that touches your eyes. It's by using the body language to tell them that they're the most important thing to me right now. Now that we've said that, let's do an honest check. Ask yourself throughout the day, where's my heart right now? And if it's stuck in a past mistake or a future worry, gently bring it back. Integration is the practice of pulling all the pieces of yourself into the current room, wherever that room is. Physically, emotionally, mentally. Finally, We have the humble pillar. Where I come up with some of this, I don't know. My brain is, yeah, I'm grateful for it. I'm humbled by it. But anyway, it's being kind when things don't go your way. It's being grateful when things aren't moving at a pace that you'd like them to. It's staying humble enough to apologize when you get it wrong. Integrity isn't being perfect. It's making sure your inside and your outsides are speaking the same language. As we wrap up this pulse check, these last few episodes, I want to give you 3 simple heart-led actions. And if you talk fast like I do sometimes, slow down. Take a breath and let these land. 1, every time you walk through a door today, your house, your office, or even the grocery store, pause for 1 breath, just 1, and ask, who am I bringing into this room? Leave the high stress version at the door. It's okay. Next, or 2, instead of writing what you have to do tomorrow, write 1 thing that you're proud of that you did today. You can also write 1 thing you'd like to let go. And I will tell you, as far as, because we always think that it has to be some huge, ginormous thing that you did to acknowledge. But even if your 1 proud moment was just being patient enough with yourself when you made a mistake. Not speaking to yourself harshly or horribly. Finally, give yourself permission to be a work in progress. We are beautifully human. Your journal entries don't need to be perfect. They just need to be full of you. I'm going to say that this series was about finding a rhythm, but life is a series of shifts. We move from chaos to calm, from busy seasons to seasons of waiting, and everything in between. Thank you again for being on this journey with me. And as we move into the next topics and transitions, I would love to hear some of your stories, some of your wins. Also, I do want to give a shout out. I don't know about any of you guys, but if you are, part of the Jeep life or ducking or anything like that, there is a really nice business. This is not paid or anything, but it's called the duckstop.com. You should go check them out. They have some really cool things. I don't know. I think the rubber ducks have just kind of taken off. I see them on more than just Jeeps, but yeah, you should check them out. I will put a link to their website in the description, but I will move past that. I will end this as I always do. Be kind. Be grateful. Stay humble.